All right, let's get into the blueprints and design documents. Big part of assignment 2 is your blueprints for your ultimate facility. I have a bunch of different slides here. I believe I talked about blueprints in class already, but we have lots of different blueprints we want to talk about, okay? So you have a good understanding of what blueprints and design documents are. So design documents are completed by the architect and contain a great deal of general and specific information that is communicated to the contractor. General and specific at the same time. At various times during design, the administrator and the rest of the design team review these design documents to make sure everything is going as planned. These documents are called blueprints. Why are they called blueprints? Why aren't they called red prints? Well, when they used to make these documents in the past, they used to be printed and the paper was white, but the ink they used was blue. And that's really the significance of blueprints, okay? Demolition or preparation blueprints. Most projects require some degree of land preparation for construction. The demolition or preparation blueprint represents the design that will lead to removal of existing materials and vegetation from the site. When we built the athletic center on the Barrie campus, there were some trees that had to get cut down, but we did replace the trees. We planted other trees that replaced the ones that were cut down. Okay, site blueprints show how the facility is situated in relation to the entire area will be built. Like I said, the site that we squeezed that athletic center into where it is, it sort of butts up or it goes right up against a building or the design, interior design and mechanical and engineering area. And it has that walkway up there. And then it has the walkway that joins up the C building where the cafeteria is. Now, one of the things that we had to take into consideration is we needed to get a 53-foot truck. That's the standard size of a tractor trailer, to back down and go into the loading dock. So the loading dock, main loading dock for the campus, is located in between C building, where the theater, the cafeterias, or so the cafeteria, and F building, or the athletic center building. So we had to have a roadway down there for access. They included information about utilities, environmental concerns, zoning, ordinances, and land requirements. They identify where the facility will be placed on the site, including existing structures, access roads, which I just described, sidewalks, landscaping, utility lanes, and drainage. Okay, next one. We talked about the site. Let's talk about the structural blueprints. The first blueprints to be prepared are the structural. So we have to, like, the sort of the bones of the building. The cement or the metal beams that are put in place. They are usually extensive drawings that diagram all rooms, corridors, stairwells, entries, exits, flooring, and ceiling. The structural section of blueprints may require many pages to capture the necessary information. So if you can just think of the bones that it's all built around, okay? They build up these metal beams here, the roof trusses, sort of boxing all those things in, okay? Very important. The next ones are the mechanical blueprints. They have separate design information, but are almost always integrated with the structural blueprint. So you have to know how your mechanical systems fit into the structure, right? You just can't design one without the other. They go together. Anything that, like that puzzle piece I was talking about earlier, anything that is mechanical in the facility is drawn in detail, including plumbing, heating, air conditioning, ventilation, lighting, and drainage. Now, drainage is an interesting one because most of these buildings have flat roofs, right? Flat roof. Where's the water going to go? Of the rain. Rain hits the building. It's got to go somewhere. You just think, well, it just goes off the side. Well, that really could be a lot of buildings. If it's a hockey arena and you just have the water flowing off the side, that'd be a lot of water during a rain. So what they do is they have drainage collection areas on the roof. So most roofs, even though they're flat, are somewhat sloped, and this is how they design them. So they're just not completely flat. They are slightly sloped to a drain, and there's pipes that go down the building out to the sewers. Okay, you'll see this if you look in the Georgian College gymnasium. If you look up in the corner, there's big large pipes that come down, that's rainwater. Probably have no idea what, maybe you thought it was either mechanical or electrical or something like that, but it's basically the rainwater collection systems. Engineers often help the architect with the detailed interpretation and application of the technical requirements. Okay, so after mechanical comes electrical. No utility requires greater knowledge and adherence to technical standards to ensure safety than electricity. Sure, mechanical, you can hurt people. Electrical can kill people, right, if it's not done correctly. The power engineer provides the technical expertise required. Everything that requires electricity in order to operate, which is pretty well everything, and support the administrative and delivery operations is represented in these blueprints. So electrical, very detailed, very important to get all those, have a professional working on those. So sort of looking after the inside of the building. What about the landscape outside the building? You have blueprints for outside the building too. Landscape blueprints diagram the detail exterior aspects such as trees, shrubs, mounds of dirt, fences, grass, flowers, irrigation system. All that's in your landscape blueprints. Could be parking lots, lighting. Details include this type of number of plants, trees, grasses. Could be detailed. You have a legend of, oh, this shape represents a maple tree, and this shape represents an oak tree, and this shape represents a poplar tree, so on and so on. This color or this, pattern represents grass. This pattern represents asphalt. This pattern represents concrete, and so on.